Hasan will lose to legal mindset jury trial walkthrough. This is my friend Andy, and I'm actually really glad that he's making videos. He's a real lawyer. He's a DA in Los Angeles. Great guy. I actually know him personally. We hung out many times. Love this guy, and he is fucking smart. Please go sub to Andy, especially after you watch him. He's great.
When I got a haircut this morning, I didn't expect Hasan trimming his own bank account to be on the July 4th bingo card. I get the whole holier than thou thing, and it sells, right? But defaming a lawyer on stream.
If I were to cover every Rumble lawyer, fake lawyer, that it actually is like a fucking right-wing freak that spends most of their time talking about like trans people.
This is insane. Being a lawyer myself, I'm very obviously amused at Hasan's intellectual prowess. And of course, I want to get in on this fight and side with my legal bro. Legal mindset is...
I just got to say that. Yeah, bro, you've causing things to heat up in here, bro. It's already summer.
Is another attorney, and it's not that he needs my help, but maybe he could use me as like an anger translator or something. I don't know. Look, I'm already off the...
Are you getting naked, bro? What? Andy, why are we getting naked?
Beaten path on the whole LawTube space. I figured I'd just join in, and he doesn't like the drama, but I do. Most normal people would either defend themselves or admit their faults when they're confronted with bad behavior.
Not Hasan.
But Hasan Piker isn't really a normal person, is he? He's kind of the type of person who would wave a fake toy gun on a live stream and act macho. Now, he's also the type of person who would defame the lawyer who analyzes said waving of fake gun on live stream and think that he's like the smartest guy in the room. Here are the snippets that make me think that this defamation case would be a slam dunk for Legal Mindset.
If I were to...
Before we get into, I don't think that Legal Mindset is going to bother suing Hasan because it's annoying and it takes a long time and it's expensive and all that kind of stuff. And also, he doesn't need to. His channel's blowing up. He's doing great on YouTube. So all he has to do is talk about Hasan, and it works out better for him. He doesn't have to do all the work of actually suing, even though I think that he would win.
To cover every Rumble lawyer, fake lawyer, that it actually is like a fucking right-wing freak that spends most of their time talking about like trans people, but I'm not going to pay any mind. Or
so see, Hasan does these things. He just says whatever he wants because there's never been a consequence. But in these situations right here, if this did go to court, then these would be argued like, here are these actual false statements, and they would be proven absolutely wrong because all Legal Mindset has to do is go through his videos and be like, here are all the things that I talk about, and it would disprove like the declaration from Hasan. So it's like, that's why we're like, okay, like we focus on what the actual false statements are and how easily disproven they are. But on the internet, when there's no law getting involved, you say whatever the fuck you want, like Hasan does, and then you have all your little minions, and they just fucking, I don't even think they even believe it. Like half of them don't even believe it. They just know that you never admit anything. And it's like, Hasan is literally like lefty Donald Trump, seriously, because never admit any wrong ever. That's Hasan's tactic, and he does it on purpose. I don't even think it's something he does on the side. I think he does it as a tactic.
Any attention to some fucking psychotic MAGA lawyer, not a real lawyer, but a passport bro.
Can we go back to the gun thing real quick? I have some questions about it. Yeah, later. Okay, later. All right. So what does Legal Mindset have to prove in order to win a defamation lawsuit against Hasan? Well, if you know me, you know I'm only good at jury trials. So let's take a look at the jury instructions. That is the law that the jurors would have to follow in this lawsuit. Now, I don't know.
Now, I got to say, Andy is a really good jury lawyer. So he deals with juries and he knows how to get them. He knows how to, it's the art of swaying a jury with facts and swag. And he's smart and he's got the facts and he's got the swag. I know this guy. If you talk to him for 2 minutes, you'd be so charmed. He is so good. I got to tell you, like, I'm charmed right now, but I already like the guy, so I'm biased.
No Legal Mindset, but I could see here from his Twitter account that he has a little gator and a University of Florida thing, so I'm guessing he would sue in Florida. Think about that. Florida man wins in court because Hasan Piker is that dumb. Here are the Florida jury instructions for defamation. First, whether the defendant published a statement about claimant, well, duh. I mean, he posted it on his live stream. Second, whether the statement was in some significant respect false, and whether Hasan either knew the statement was false or had serious doubts as to its truth. All right, we're getting into it now. Obviously, the statement was false and in a significant way because it attacks whether or not Legal Mindset is lying about his profession. By the way, lying about being a lawyer can be a crime in, I don't know if it's all states, but at least in California and in many other states. Well, hold on, there's an extra layer here because Legal Mindset is a public figure, and that extra layer is called actual malice. Legal Mindset has to prove actual malice.
Right, so as a public figure, it's harder to do a defamation lawsuit because of the being a public figure. More people are going to talk about you and things can get wrong and stuff like that. So you have to prove that someone's doing it like on purpose to hurt you, to hurt your reputation, like on purpose.
And courts in Florida explain that to juries right here. You must decide whether clear and convincing evidence shows that at the time of the statement, Hasan either knew the statement was false or had serious doubts as to its truth.
Okay.
Now that's the ending of that second element that we talked about earlier. So actual malice is incorporated into the jury instruction that I read to you. Obviously, Hasan knew it was false or had serious doubts about it because, come on, the guy is clearly an attorney and holding himself out to be one. He's called Legal Mindset. He describes all these legal things for us, and he's wearing a suit, guys. At least I'm not even wearing a suit, all right? So elements 1 and 2 are easily proven. Let's go back to the elements of...
I've never seen Andy in a suit. I probably never will. But I'm pretty sure he has to wear one.
Defamation.
And I'm pretty sure he looks good in a suit too.
Number 3, whether the statement was defamatory. Well, what exactly does that mean? It's right here. A statement is defamatory if it tends to harm claimant's reputation by lowering him in the estimation of at least a substantial blah, 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 blah. Look, it's defamatory because if Legal Mindset was a fake lawyer, that would It's defamatory because if Legal Mindset was a fake lawyer, that would lower his reputation in the whole YouTube community and the legal community, okay? It could also expose Legal Mindset to ridicule, contempt, injury to his business, reputation, occupation. That's literally the point of Hasan's statement. It was...
Dude, you could tell he's a lawyer just the way he talks. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, the guy's obviously a lawyer, and saying that he's not, bam, bro, like easy W for Legal Mindset if you wanted to do it. And guess what? He would be Legal Mindset. If you ever watch this, you would be celebrated. You would be celebrated if you sued Hasan. So many people just want to see this guy like have some sort of consequence. Some sort of consequence other than just being fucking made fun of online. Okay? Like an actual consequence. Someone would love to see it. A lot of us would.
Designed in a weak way to discredit Legal Mindset. Element number 4, whether the defamatory statement was a legal cause of loss, injury, or damage to a claimant. A statement...
This is the harder part. Okay? This is the hardest part. So you would have to prove that Hasan lying about him hurt him. But, and this is actually where I think... maybe Andy could comment on this at some point, but I think that, yo, stop it. I think that, hey, Gibbons. I think that Hasan talking about Legal Mindset and even just lying about him made Legal Mindset more money, not less money. I don't think it actually hurt him financially because because everyone knows Hasan is full of shit. So it just brought more attention to Legal Mindset and made more people aware that he is a lawyer and a law tuber. And I think that he's getting even more views. And if I was, and I'm not on Hasan's fucking side, but I'm just really good at arguing. And if I'm arguing from Hasan's perspective, I would argue we made him more money. We didn't hurt his shit, so where's the damage? Just saying. Andy, hey, let me know what you think. I'm not a lawyer, bro. But I am good at arguing. Let me know what you think about that.
Is a legal cause of loss, injury, or damage if it directly and a natural and continuous blah, 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 blah. If Hasan's statement caused injury, then it's a problem for him. But there is something in the law that gives Legal Mindset some baked-in damages, some assumed damages, okay? Even if Legal Mindset can't prove it. Now, if you saw my Doctrine of Disrespect video about defamation, you'll know what that is.
That was a great video.
It's called defamation per se. Defamation per se is Latin, and it means, Hasan, defamation per se is Latin for as it is, meaning Legal Mindset doesn't have to prove these damages. If there is a statement that is defamation per se, the damages are assumed. Actually, in Florida, if the statement is defamation per se, Legal Mindset won't have to use this entire jury instruction at all. Check this out. Florida law distinguishes between defamation per se and defamation per quote. For the former, general damages are presumed, while for the latter, the claimant must allege improved special damages. Case law, case law, case law, case law. Thus, instruction 405.5 may be unnecessary for defamation per se. That's the whole jury instruction we just went through. 405.5 is that four-pronged thing. So if it's about legal mindset's profession, which this statement is, Hasan's statement would fall into defamation per se. He's gonna have to open up his per se to pay up. Stupid joke, but Hasan should be clutching his purse strings and clenching his ass.
That was a fucking hilarious joke. Oh, wait, where do you see? What are you? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Strings and clenching his ass. Okay, can we go back to the gun thing real quick?
Again?
Yeah, no, seriously, hear me out though.
Oh, yeah, the gun thing.
How is that macho?
He's threatening them, that's why.
Yeah, I know, but it's a toy gun. It's like he's making fun of himself. Like he's too chicken to hold a real gun or something.
No, and guess what? They didn't even get the real guy.
Wait, what?
And they didn't even get the real guy.
It wasn't even the real guy?
No, it wasn't the real guy.
He wasn't threatening the real guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's me, but I just feel like this whole circle of creators seems kind of dumb. Like, am I wrong about that? I'm open to being wrong, but like, I just made a video about Ethan Klein suing Frog Baby and Jeans and all those, but now I'm seeing this. So like, someone tell me, what is the appeal of like this crowd? Like, I get that the minions, like the ones who were kind of defending Hasan, like,
I can answer this. There's the internet is like a bunch of different factions of mentality. Okay. And these are, that is a great picture of Casey Tron, by the way. These are the representation of these people, right? So there's a lot of them online and they're like Reddit brained. They only know the injustices of the world and the injustices, how they see the world as well. You know, that matters. But like, and all they know is that the world is wrong and everything they should do should be towards fighting for it. Although they don't actually fight for it. They just like go online and support things, right? And the what happens is everyone gathers together and follows the leaders. So these are people that have positioned themselves around Hasan to say, hey, let me get a piece of that. And the more orbiters Hasan gets, like the bigger and more collected these like Reddit brained people become. So it's just people who spend way too much time online reading injustices of the world, and then it makes them believe that the world is so much worse than it really is, to a point where they will just do the most disgusting things because they feel it's justified because of, you know, their worldview of injustice.
I get that they could be dumb, but like if the boss, like the big boss, is like this, like I don't know. Look, like I could be wrong. I'm telling you, I could be wrong. But my impression of Hasan from all the clips I've seen is like he words his sentences like a 13-year-old. He dresses like a 17-year-old, and his ramblings are like a 90-year-old who like could never be wrong and knows everything about the world. Am I not like getting it? So look, maybe it's just me, but if there's no fashion and there's no function, it just seems like there's no fun. And maybe I'm wrong. Just tell me what's good about this guy.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, he's monetized. Hey, he's monetized now. Let's go, dude. YouTube partner. Let's go, dude. Hey guys, go give him some love. All right, make sure you go give him some love. That was a great video from Andy, and I hope to see a whole lot more.